Hello, Tim is here. Today we're starting a new game of Endless Legend 2 and I want to play with Tahuks. I have tried them a little bit but didn't really have a full game. So I saw that after the recent update of Endless Legend 2 the AI became much more active, so maybe we can even have a good and interesting game on our hands. So, who are Tahuks? Tahuks, an ancient life form. The Tahuks evolved from giant desert scavenging lizards. Over time, Tahuk society came to be defined by devotion to the sages, godlike figures of infinite wisdom, who once walked among them. Though these divinities disappeared long ago, the Tahuks hope for their return. They dedicate themselves to the strange mix of faith and technology that the religious hierarchy, the assembly, promises will restore the sages to Sayada. So, sages, as far as I understand, they are the Endless who have imprisoned the lost and then disappeared. So, ancient lizards, very religious. What do they have? Holy Oculum. The Holy Oculum always allows the Tahuks to funnel research into powerful actions like Star's Light, Service of Spirit, Eternal Sunshine, and Esoteric Delegation. Observatories. Built on mountains, observatories grant wide visibility. They also provide food during monsoon and science during other times. They can be upgraded to sacred flames and libraries. Religion and the cold. Religious festivals allow the Tahuk to convert some of their population to fanatics known as cold. The exact effect of this cold changes with each festival, and they can be sent out to spread their message to other empire cities. Okay, so let's choose the race. We go in endless difficulty. Do we go for a large map? Do we go for huge map? I'd say let's go large. So we want 6 competitors. Let's play versus Necrophage, King of Sheridan, Last Lords, Aspects, and yet another Necrophage. Although Aspects, do I want to play against? The Aspects are too friendly. So maybe let's go this way. World side is large. Let's go Pangea. Endless difficulty. So I want to have several necrophages because they are the most aggressive faction, so they can actually easily start war with me on early turns and just put some pressure. At some point I will start turning off victories that are too easy to achieve, but for now let's keep all of them on and let's give it a try.
There are signs in the skies for those who know how to see. Of course, we predicted the starfall with our sacred oculus, the great lens given by the holy sages themselves, the endless. For we have studied their signs, yearning to make them proud through scripture and science. But other signs we did not see. Their departure, the rise of the waters. Regardless, we must not despair. We have not lost the sacred oculus, nor our guiding truth. And one day we will once more bask in their light.
Prepare for the return. Tahuks, turmoil has come to Sayada, yet in the heavens we have seen signs of their impending arrival. Stand strong, smite your enemies, and raise cities worthy of their gaze. When your faith wavers, Tahuks remember, the night is always darkest before dawn. I find this mix of religion and science a bit odd, but that's what we get. So, let's see whom I was starting with. These are our scouts. Cavalry, ranged 3, aware. So they are archers, cavalry scouts. Our other starting unit is devotee. It's an infantry with defense expert and incapacitating strike. So it makes struck units slowed. They lose movement point. Not a particularly strong thing. So usually with, for example, aspects or with King of Sheridan, you can have very good defenders who can just stay in place and be your front line while you have strong archers behind. This incapacitating strike does not help this situation at all. So it is an infantry that would probably rather go out and strike enemies that are further away, so that they cannot, so they do not create a wall in front of your archers, but they do not allow the enemies to come too close to you. So our main hero, let's have a look at the hero. It is a caster. Confident, has resilience, intuition, +4 dust per hero level on heaven. That's a lot of dust. +5 dust in compare observatory on empire. That is not the strongest consular trait we can imagine. The skills. So caster skills, I already went over them previously in my necrophage game, but basically I don't find them very strong. This one gives shield to friendly unit with an upgrade that gives a shield to a bunch of units situated in a circle, so like the full 7 tile area. Force blast, a little bit of damage, knocking back the units. Earns dust when gathering a curiosity, not a lot of dust, mind you. A teleport. This one is actually the only skill that empowers your army. It gives your non-hero units critical chance. And then gives, okay, this is also empowerment for the whole army, gives 30 shield to this unit and all friendly units when starting the battle. Just for one turn, so not really that strong or impactful. So caster skills does not seem to be very strong. Here, when attacking a unit with a negative status, applies the same negative statuses to adjacent enemy units. That one is interesting. So we can focus on inflicting as many negative statuses as we can and then spread them to other units. Active skill deals damage, applies weakened, and allows me to still move. So it's possible to cast this spell and then go away. Easy marks. When attacking a unit with a negative status, adds 5 damage. Okay, so not only we spread negative statuses, we also deal more damage against unit with negative statuses. That is Good. When applying a status to itself, gain shield. Okay. When attacking, removes all positive statuses from the targeted unit, applies all positive statuses of the targeted unit to itself. I am not sure how many positive statuses are there. There is inspired, that increases damage. But that's all. I cannot remember anything else, so we'll have to look out for whatever positive statuses we can steal. When using this active skill on a friendly or enemy unit, applies indestructible. Okay, that is definitely a positive status. Maximizes defense to 100%. Applies immobile. That must be a negative status. So that allows us to make an enemy unit immobile, and then attacking them would spread this status on others, but we cannot in the same turn use active skill and attack. We can only walk. So not sure how useful we'll find it. When attacking a unit with a negative status, ignores the defense of targeted unit. That is nice. So our infantry actually here comes into play because it applies slowed, which is a negative status. So we can start ignoring their defense. We can start spreading this status to other enemies. So, okay. But overall, the impact this hero does on the army, I find it lackluster. So the damage to all the unit from an attacker hero and damage to the damage and critical chance to archers from a ranged hero, I find these skills more powerful, more important. So this is our starting area. We have a nice food tile here. 7 food. These tiles are quite rich in food. These tiles rich in production. So in general, we can have not a bad placement of the initial city. 9 food, 7 production, 5 money. Let's step here and see what do we have around. A village that gives health to all my units if I put it under protectorate. 975, 955. I think I might take this spot. So we have a village in our starting zone. We have a lot of food. We have some money. We have a significant amount of production. These would be nice tiles to build works because they are adjacent to a ridge, which gives us even more production. These tiles that have both food and industry will give us boost on science districts. So I like it. 9, 7, and 5 together make what? 21 for a starting city. That is a very reasonable amount of total yields. Let's put our capital here. And let's put observatory right here. So we put observatories on the mountain ridges. We want to have to encounter as many mountain ridges as we can. Now that we have a city, let's have a look at the promotions of our units. Fanatic, more armor, more health, and more defense expert. So when defending, gets 10 defense. Here we're getting coordinated attack. Adds 15% damage when we are encircling a unit, and gets more damage in general. And on the second level it would be incapacitating strike 2. So applied slowed 2, which is minus 2 movement points. That is actually becoming quite strong. So this most of the infantry units have movement only 3 movement points, so it will basically render them to be able to move 1 point away, which is not that much. And here we would get coordinated attack 2, adds 25 damage. Okay, so most likely from this infantry I will be looking for tanking. So most likely I will go this path, give them more health, more armor, and eventually more ability to slow down enemies. Let's look at our scouts. So regular scouts skill patroller adds 1 movement point to all units of the army. Very useful to go large distances. More armor, more health. Alternatively, we get in fearless charge. When moving 3 tiles in a battle round, adds 15% damage to the next attack. That, in addition to the fact that they're cavalry, so being cavalry, they get extra critical chance for moving at least 3 tiles. So that allows them to just teach more damage, which is still not a lot of damage. They are scouts, so they're not there for damage. So I don't see ever going in this direction. This, though, giving them more movement points, and if I join them to the army, giving more movement points to the army, yes, of course. All right, our population. Tahuk population simply gives 1 science no matter where it is. A versatile population that does not care about the job it does. If we get 5 Tahuks, we get astronomy club, science for each adjacent ridge on district. So plus 3, meaning if I build a district here, there are 2 adjacent ridges, it will give plus 6 science on this district and plus 6 science on this district. That is not bad at all. What else? Tier 2 we get plus 1 science on Tahuk population extra, and tier 3 plus 10% science on city with Tahuk population. Percentage increases are always strong. Hello my boy, how's it going? Wait, do I have a chat on screen? I think I do. I am all right. I am a bit tired, but I do have like an hour to stream and record before going to the gym, despite of being tired. How are you? How was your day? Meanwhile, I need to figure out what I want to build and in which order. Right, some other thing we should talk about. Tahuk festivals. Tahuk festival gives economic boosts after the sacrifice of population. It will also change called population yield. So we can sacrifice populations. Not sure I'm a big fan of sacrificing my population, but we'll see. Maybe we'll find it useful at some point. Planning for my living room. Plenty of questions to answer, but it should come out nicely. Russo-italianski мафиозник. Non sono mafioso, no. Hello. Welcome to my... Добро пожаловать на стрим. Yeah, planning a living room can be quite overwhelming. I see how many things needed to be in a living room, and I would definitely spend a lot of time thinking how I would wire the speakers, where I would put a projector to have a nice movie on the wall. Okay, I still need to figure out... All right, anyway, we start with building the improvement. It just gives a lot of yields for one simple building. But I do want to put my population to work to make it faster. And then we need to choose science. So this is a faction-specific technology. Gives 2 science on anomaly, and we already have an anomaly in our city, this one. So it will just for free give us 2 science on this yield, which is nice. And plus vision range on unit, so we can see further. Sounds like a good technology. But this is also good. Health on heroes, non-hero units, damage on non-hero units. We are a bit squishy without this. So let's go that. 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 And that. Okay. And that would be the first turn. We have built an observatory, and observatory revealed that much territory. So this is a rather strong thing, and now it gives us 10 science per turn. So altogether we have 15 science, 10 of them comes from observatory. So it is a very, very, very strong district. And I'm glad to have a ridge in so close to my city. Let's move our scout in here. We have found an artifact. Let's talk to this village and see what do they want to be pacified. Visitors! Voluntarily, what a surprise! We're busy with the harvest, of course, but perhaps that's why fate has brought you here, to join the festivities. I don't quite see what you're harvesting. Ours is a special harvest, part of nature's grand cycle of life and rebirth. The foundling's family takes flesh that is no longer needed and gives it a new home, a new purpose. If your family put all those knives away, we could speak more calmly. Is there a way to be friends without being part of your harvest? It's not our tradition. Well, as our family grows, future harvests must also grow. To fulfill the promises of our community, we must guarantee a sustainable crop. Those who have been chosen to reap this year's harvest are understandably honored by their responsibility and excited to compete over bringing home the most stores. It would ease the tension if the first of the season's bounty could be gathered by outsiders. I ask you simply to harvest some of the wayward souls who prowl these lands. By harvest, you mean defeat them, Curator Bergimenko, of course, and do leave the bodies behind. If we do this quest, we get ourselves a legendary accessory, which gives us free might and just 20% extra damage. So that is quite a strong accessory for quite an easy quest. And it pacifies all the Fangolin villages in the territory, which we have only one. And also, lucky us, we have another region here, so we can build immediately. No, the observatory is per territory, not per region. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Where are wretched creatures? Here. The thing is, I don't think I can win the battle just using this army. I need them as well. So we will have to skip a turn and return to fight them next turn. We don't have money to buy out a unit right away. Oh well. Oh well. So you just wait. Not that much of a waste of time, to be honest. Okay, now we have a chance of winning this battle. But we still need to be careful not to lose. The game does not agree with my statement. The game says we have no chances of winning this battle. Okay. So we can play it a little bit smart. If I put my dude in here, it will block the passage. So the computer, being not very smart, will go this way to fight the dude. See that the way is blocked when the first unit will reach the dude, and the second will start going around, which will give me plenty of time to kill the first one and minimize the damage, because only one of the enemies will be hitting on the dude. So we can totally do it. You go in here. You go in here. You go in here. And we can even stay in on the high ground, which I think will give us some extra damage. Actually, since we are cavalry, we would like to walk 3 tiles when we will be shooting. So I would rather go here, there, and use the bonus, the cavalry bonus. Okay. Anything you want to cast? We have a free healing spell, which is probably a spell given to me by the weapon. By the way, our faction ability, Illuminated Foes, when attacking, applies Illuminated to targeted units. What does it do? When this unit is attacked, Illuminated unit adds 20% damage to the attacker if it's a ranged unit, gains shield equal to 50% of the damage dealt if it's a non-ranged unit. So one attack illuminates, another removes illumination. If a person who's attacking an illuminated one is a ranged one, does extra damage. If it's a melee, gets a shield on themselves. So an interesting ability. Okay. Let's wait for the snakes to arrive. We can actually start shooting already. Anyway, I started blasting. Cavalry charge. So now we have 30% chance to 25% chance to do critical damage. We didn't do critical damage. It's alright. Okay, the dude went around right away. I have 3 units. So I have 1520, 1525, 2030. Let's go here, do that. Critical hit. You get yourself some shield. You can go 1, 2, 3, get yourself cavalry charge, and again no critical damage. Okay. Yeah. Let's heal the dude. And we won the battle. I'm very grateful for your service in opening the harvest. A beautiful deed and a beautiful way to offer new life to lost souls, joining our brothers and sisters in the Vitalis rite. But forgive me, you aren't interested in such things. Since we are now friends, I will respect your feelings and present you this token of our profound esteem. So we have pacify the village. Now this village will not be spawning neutral armies that will be attacking me. And I can join this village in my protectorate, which will give me 15 health on the units, will give me access to their to hire their units, and will give me access to their population. +2 science, -3 approval per population type in the same category. So generally the populations of minor factions are quite racist. They don't like other type of populations. So I don't always breed a lot of them. Okay, we got ourselves a strong artifact. We got ourselves a consumable. Free strength. What do we scale with strength? This one. So damage that we do to units with a negative status. Okay, that is something I will definitely be researching. This damage and this damage. Okay. Need to recuperate my scout, and that would be the end of the turn 2. We have researched the technology, so now our units are stronger, more health, more damage, and now we get more gains after winning a battle. There is another village with which we can talk and see whether I can pacify them. And I can buy out this improvement. Okay, now, do I want to build more units right away and make myself stronger? Or do I want to build some districts? Like, for example, I don't need influence. To build other cities and join the territories to this one. So influence is a very important resource, and the only way I can get it is by having scribes or by building a forum. So it's fine. Let's build the units first, because you saw how this battle was not an easy one, and it's just the beginning. So enter, and we have the beginning of our faction quest. In the time since Curator Meng, High Celestial Scryer of the Assembly, first spied a disturbance in the night skies, there has been much upheaval in the Tahuks' devout and orderly society. While most believed the strange star to be proof that the Tahuks' long-lost gods, the sages, were coming back to Sayada, Curator Meng had doubts. This should be studied, not worshipped. Thank you. But the perishing and the devastation that followed gave Curator Meng the chance to act. In the chaos, it was almost easy to execute a bloodless coup against reigning Ecclesiarch Xana. As the Tahuks began to regroup, the starfalls provoked fresh waves of disquiet. Officially, the Assembly considers them good omens, further signs of the sage's glorious return. Unofficially, Curator Meng has more on his mind than portents and prophecies. Ah, Ecclesiarch Xana, let me guess. Am I yet again in need of your guidance? How will you be helping today? Praise be to them, Curator Meng. Time has not dulled that sharp tongue of yours. I have come to urge you to prepare for the sage's arrival. Think how soon they will be here. Wonderful! Consider me urged. Do not dismiss me, Bergi. I have prayed that as leader of our assembly you will do what is best for Tahuk souls, and not just pursue your own ambitions, but you ignore the fallen stars. Spoken like a true Tahuk, we're the only beings on Sayada who would rather chase sacred signs than find shelter. Surely the sages don't want us to starve. But then again, our faith is a powerful force, a source of strength that no halfway intelligent ruler should underestimate or neglect. Very well, we will seek traces of the starfalls. Now, that is wonderful, Curator Meng. May the search for them be successful, may we bask in the light. Use action build observatory one time with one of your armies. Unlock district Holy Oculum. Holy Oculum. Minus 25 industry cost on laboratory. Very good. Plus 8 sounds. Plus 1 Holy Oculum level on Empire. Plus 4 science for each adjacent laboratory district. That's a lot. So that if we build a nice cluster of an oculum surrounded by the labs, that would be a lot of science. Now, to build an observatory, we need to find ourselves a ridge. Let's go and do so. Ooh, a territory with 2 villages. And if I simulate them, they will give me health regeneration on unit, which is a nice bonus to have. You keep healing. And next turn I will talk to them and see what kind of quest they will give me. Meanwhile, that is probably a territory I want to be settling to attach to my capital. It has 2 villages, it has anomalies. So let's see if there is a nice place. 10 production, 7 food. Not bad to build a camp there. Nine production, 3 dust, 2 science, 5 approval. Okay, I will need to investigate a little bit more and see what is the best place. Plus 2 science on anomaly, plus 1 vision range on unit. Nice. Now we see further. Okay, so what kind of quest will you give me? The nerve of these surface types living on top of our land, stopping by to pry into our business. On behalf of the king, I'll ask you nicely to explain why you're here. We on Eroi don't much like visitors, meddlers, interlopers, or any of you sky-brained types from above ground. Watch your words on Eroi. The Tahuks are not sky-brained, but we do not intend to meddle. Could we speak with your king directly? As a matter of fact, Tahuks, you can't. The king is dining at the Feast of Dreams. Must be a fine feast too, because no one has been able to bring her out of hibernation for an age. A female king? How strange. Anyway, the sleeping is unfortunate, some sort of illness. Yeah, that's it, an illness. And while the king sleeps, I'm in charge and busy. So maybe you can use that meddling sky-brain energy to help us cure the king. I'll be grateful. There is an honorary legend about the Gem of Waking. Claims that it was stolen by those sneaks, the Tahuks, and hidden in some heap. I'm the Tahuks. I'm the sneak Tahuk you're talking about. And hidden in some heap of surface junk. This would have been an age or two ago, mind if the story is even true at all. No on a row above ground have ever actually looked, but you could check out the rusted tower. Quite a tale. You believe this could work? Could be a wild goose chase, or you could find the gem and we wake the king. Ooh, bone pipes. That is one of my favorite artifacts, because so it has intuition, which is a nice attribute to have. Clan protection. When adjacent to a friendly unit, adds 3 defense per adjacent friendly unit, so that you can surround yourself with 2 or 3 others, and it gives you just 6 to 9 defense for free, which is significant amount of defense. And save use call. When using this active skill, a Pantanil joins the battle until its conclusion. So it is a free call of a single unit every battle. You don't lose any any consumable for that. You just have it always, forever. And this guy is a very defensive, so he can defend, and it gives shield to all the unit around them. So a tanky dude that you can call every single battle. I love this artifact, so I will try to. And to achieve that, we just need to put our unit at the tile of the rusted tower. So there is no battle to fight. There is nothing. Just take our unit and bring to this tile. Very, very, very gladly I will do it now. So please go there as soon as possible. Meanwhile, what do I think about this territory? There is a lot of money on this territory. Dust, 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 dust. If I try to build a camp in here, we can in here. Not sure. Let's keep moving in the same direction, so in case somebody attacks us, we are in the range to support each other. Apparently there was a curiosity that I haven't seen. Any other curiosities around? No. And it gave us a level. What is the first skill I want to study? Gives shield. 40 shield in the beginning of the game is actually not nothing. Gives experience, teleports when attacking a unit with a negative status. Probably this one. In the beginning of the game, it is much more important for me to have more damage to be able to kill the enemies before they can kill me. Because I can survive by doing smart placing of my units, but I still need to have enough damage to kill them, the enemies, as soon as possible. Okay. I do want to plant the camp somewhere. I will not buy this unit because I want to have enough money to build an observatory as soon as I encounter a ridge. So I'm not ready to spend all this money. Will you attack me? Yeah. No. Yes. No? Will I attack you? I will not attack you because I want to keep moving to do the quest. It will make me significantly stronger. And I found the ridge. I can build an observatory there. Okay. If these dudes attack... wait. They exhausted. They cannot fight on their first turn. That's why you didn't attack me. They wanted to. But they couldn't. So now these guys will probably attack this dude, but we are in the range of the support. So hopefully we will be able to take care of it. 58. 58 I can afford. So this time I will buy the unit and I will send this unit. I would send this unit in this direction, but there is a Roman army that is going to attack me. So let's go instead this direction. Okay, and turn. And we learned works. Yep, they did attack. So let's see. Instant resolution. It's fine. It's not that much damage. Don't really want to spend too much time figuring it out. So you go there, take the influence, you complete the quest. I'm surprised as anybody that you found the Gem of Waking, Curator Bergemeng. A shame it seems to be in less than fine working order. But not all of our treasures are duds. Take this one for your trouble and a little dust besides. Least I could do for my new friends. And I met the Necrophage. Hello, Necrophage. Where are you? Where are you? I don't know. So, I will substitute this super strong accessory with this super strong accessory. So that will help me survive the many battles before I will be able to utilize this to its full potential. Because, see, that gives me 20% damage. My current damage is very small. I want to find much stronger weapon and grow in levels before I will be able to, well, before this 20% damage will actually start matter. And when I will have a strong army, I won't really need this extra unit for protection that often. So that is very good for later. This is very, very, very good for now. So let's build an observatory here. And you will go and talk with them next turn and then build an observatory there. And you, now since they pacified, they are pacified. You're not supposed to attack me. I can actually go in there and plant the camp somewhere, like here, for example. And here I want, so these two will be works, but then I want to build a Holy Oculum at some point. The sooner the better it will be my quest. And Holy Oculum want to be surrounded by laboratories. And these are not the perfect tiles for laboratories, because laboratories want to have at least 2 types of yield. So these actually would be very nice tiles for laboratories. laboratory, 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 Holioculum, and these two laboratories will be suboptimal. But this would be strong. So I want to be expanding this way. It means I want to build works in here, and then laboratory in here. Actually, let's first build works and then laboratory. But when I'm gonna be building the forums, that's a good question. So many things to do. New Dawn. Unfortunately, our efforts to locate the starfalls have yielded nothing. Once we grow stronger, we'll resume looking. Nothing? Perhaps I was misinformed about the large dust cache you found. I will take you at your word, Curator Meng. We are blessed with patient souls and can wait for them a little longer. So we unlocked our Holy Oculum district. Because we built observatory, that was the progression of our faction quest. Next step, New Dawn. Hunting for the Starfalls has renewed optimism in the Tahuks' fledgling settlement. Every heart swells with pride and the sight of the Assembly's most cherished prize, the Holy Oculum. For Curator Meng, who spent many long and lonely seasons watching the skies, it is a particular preoccupation. Very unusual to receive visitors in the Holy Oculum construction site, Curator Meng. Profane even to use the greatest of their gift to us this way. I observed the sign, and I've always wanted to explore the Oculum's power beyond Celestial Scrying. After all, the sages want us to learn, to follow their brilliant example. The duty of the Assembly's leader is to keep the Tahuks safe, care for our souls, and uphold our traditions, not develop private theories about the Holy Oculum and encourage dangerous ideas. That is very fundamentalist thinking. Those dogmatic religious people can be scary. Is Surban secure, Curator Meng? Are you too busy here to think about our defenses? I think you'll see that I'm capable of great many things, Sana. I'm going to lead us to a new age of enlightenment in the spirit of the sages, but I'm going to do it my own way. And as fortifications, a study is well underway, but our utmost priority is toward the Holy Oculum. Objective and rewards. Build one Holy Oculum. Will give me 40 science and unlocks Holy Oculum projects. So these are these projects that are currently locked. Okay. Ooh, these are our neighbors' necrophages. And they will be coming my way very, very soon. So indeed, I want to start taking this territory if I want and need it. So I need to move this unit in this direction to see what's there. Probably currently it's the seas. Yep. Five, 9, 7, 10. 3, 6, 1, 1. Yeah, that would be not a bad place to claim. 6, 6, 2. So I will be claiming this territory because of two villages. I think I will want them under protectorate. They will give me also free 2 units of population. What about this territory? Is there anything interesting here? Eleven 325 775. It's not that interesting. Also, when the seas recede after the first tidefall, there will be territory here that I would gladly explore and connect to my city. Oh, I have a level up. Let's have a look. When applying a status to itself, gain 15 shield. I'm not applying any statuses just yet. Do I want to have more health? Do I want to apply the same negative statuses to the units? Let's take this. Let's go in here and talk to them. Hear the silence, Tahuks. Not good. Never so quiet since we left the king camp. We listen for the sound of armor, every one of us. I listen too. I'm in no mood to talk. You fear approaching armies, enemies? No, I fear that those who went out may not return. A scouting party left on my orders a dozen days ago. No news since. We can spare no one to search, so we wait. If we looked for these missing scouts, perhaps you'd be more interested in talking. I'd be amenable. We are alone here, Curator Bergimeng, and the world is full of dangers we do not understand. Even a single absence hurts. Painful as to say, I believe they are gone forever. We are warriors, we sing the song of steel and beat the drums of iron. Black hammers fight and win and come home. Those who attack them may still be prowling these lands. Only gutless bandits could have done this. Punish them for us. Destroy gutless bandit and it will give me Sledgehammer of the 100. It is a rare 200 weapon for attacker hero. 2 might, 1 movement point on hero. 52 damage, 15 critical hero, and gives impenetrable momentum. Gains shield after moving 3 tiles at least. So that is not a bad weapon. Where are the enemies you want to be destroyed? Here, gutless bandits. I am not in such a good health to fight them. So let me stand in here and heal for a turn. We'll fight them next turn. This dude will move there and put an observatory, or rather there, for extra visibility. You're going there to put down the camp next turn. Do want to rush this. So if I want to rush it, I first need to build a lab in here. Like now. Yeah. What do I think about it? 40, 50. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. And the problem is when we go instant resolution, it spreads damage across all my units, everyone survives. When I go manual battle, they will be focus firing single unit and they will kill a unit. So even though it is a lot of damage, I would rather take it and spend a couple of turns healing than lose a unit. So let's take instant resolution. There are more of you. I think it is a bug. It must be a bug. Strange. Anyway, you go build a camp in here. You build an observatory. Here I can build it this turn. There I will be able to build it next turn. So let's go in here. Let's heal for a turn. Let's step. No, you cannot step anywhere, right? 168. 168. This costs 70. Cannot afford it. So we'll have to end the turn. And we researched farm. So you go here, build an observatory. You go here and heal, and you will join them for the next battle. Wait a second. I forgot that I have the... right, I was talking so much about calling an extra unit. This extra unit would actually help me fight this battle without losing anybody. I absolutely forgot that I can do it. It's fine, not a big deal. We paid for the observatory, so I can buy this one, no problem. Now I need to build the Oculus district, and it will go here. So I will get this one and Holy Oculus, Holy Oculum. You would go in here and you will be the priority. 13 turns. I can actually have a population here. I can move you in here. 11 turns, a little bit better. Okay, let's spend the turn. We met another neighbor there. Observatory successfully evolved. What do you mean evolved? I don't know what do they mean by evolved. So you still, yeah, wait for them and still recuperate. You you could build an observatory there, but I don't have money. And I don't want you to go around other units which can attack you. So I want to go talk to this village. Let's heal there for a turn. Okay, now our science is crazy, so we research in technologies almost every turn. Let's queue this one as well. We have researched an improvement, which I would gladly build. We researched more districts, so we can now build farms and and we now have more places per population. No, we don't have more. I was quite certain that +1 citizen slot on capital, +1 artisan slot on capital. Did I have 2 slots previously? Yeah, right, I had 2 slots, now I have 3. Yes. Okay, let's end the turn. You go in here, you... No, don't fight them, please. Okay, now they can reinforce each other. Now you can attack as much as you want. And I think I will be calling it a day here. It is a time for me to go. So basically the plan for the next game to clear this quest and join them, but first to fight the units for the experience and money. And then, yeah, explore in different directions. I think I will send one of the scouts upwards and will go with my army downwards. But then in 10 turns it will start raining and then this land supposed to become available. So there will be a lot of work to do around my starting point. So that would be it for today. Thank you all who have witnessed my play today, and I see you in the next one. Bye.